I think we take the risk. I think we let him resolve it. Also, it will be fun. Finally, first time in Mythic, this card actually resolved. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we are playing finally an Esper Control deck, and this one will be Greedy. If you are trying to beat those value decks, we will have a masterclass today about how you can outvalue other control decks, and you will see, you will know, it was pretty epic, so watch the video. We are playing a lot of counterspells, double Syncopate, 2 here, hard counterspells, double Dissipate, double Devious-Cover up, and you will see that this card, man, it gives you so much value when you resolve it and take back 4 counterspells or something. We also play Earth-I Resurrected and Obscura Interceptor. Because of the lifelink, this card can really swing the game in your direction, and we are actually, we are Dimir Esper, because I took some inspiration from Dimir decks that we are playing, and Kaito Shizuki seems to be extremely good card, even if you don't play creatures, just because when you play it on turn 3, your opponent is forced to respond, and if he doesn't, and actually from my experience they cannot answer the token quite often, or they don't want to, because that basically is their full turn at this point, you start doing cards, and that's amazing, especially that with Wandering Emperor you have creatures that basically have flash. We have the Void Rend, which means that we can answer everything, and you will also see today that we are really good at answering Planeswalker decks, that, you know, everyone is using more Planeswalkers right now, and we can answer all of them, and then some few more. So the deck is absolutely packed with value. We still have Mirex just to finish the games, but in reality you can just go infinite with double Devious-Cover up if you do it smart. And with all the counter spells that you have, you can negate all of the strong plays from your opponent. So really cool deck, very greedy version. So yeah, it exceeds at destroying control decks, because basically all of your cards are great against control. And I mean, let's not talk more, let's just go into the games. Just please consider subscribing, it really helps the channel, and let's go into the action. Alright, we are on the draw with really bad hand and very bad mana. Our opponent is super high with a Jenny and no sleeve, so that really screams mono red, man. Is that the mulligan? It might be, especially on the draw. I think it's a mulligan. Is that better? I actually think it is. I think it is better. We should hit 1 land in next 5 draws. Alright, Raffin Tower first. We still got Kaito. Emperors are much more defensive than, you know, strokes at this point of the game. Alright, it seems that if we didn't do anything and we just took their last hand, in this particular matchup it would be great. It seems to be mono-white control. Yep. Alright. We should be favored in this matchup, however we are not favored by our draw so far. And honestly, the first hand was extremely good for this matchup. Also, that's why we play Devious-Cover up, because the 3-drop is Kaito, so it really lines nicely. You have a threat, and then you can start to defend it. Alright. So I think we should be absolutely fine if we just can get around stuff. And with Emperor the mites won't be super scary. Alright, wedding announcement, so we probably need Sunfall at some point. Let's start doing cards. Very important. That's a wild cut down. Let's go like this. Tricky turn, because we definitely need 4 mana. We probably want the Emperor more than anything. I hope there's no instant speed interaction. I guess we can just let him hit. Doesn't do much, right? And as long as I can draw cards, I'm fine. On the next turn I can cut down into 4-drop, which is huge. And now we are prepared for whatever he will play. Alright, careful taps. 1 by 1. What does it mean? A restoration of a Ganjo. It will be very restored. Sure. I don't love it, but I don't think it hits the threshold for being countered. It's slightly below, And Sunfall and Farewell should help. Alright. I see. I think we need some mess in the board, and I also want to draw a card in case I hit removal. He's down to 3 cards only, that's not a lot. So I could draw a card, but I probably just play Mirex and discard this one. Because one good card can make all the difference, and alright, that's a bad card. So do we make a 3-3? And get a lot of loyalty? I think we go white. I think that's the play. And then we try counter into cut down, something like this probably. We can also double block the architect. Upkeep stop. How do you want to discard? Or play something? Alright, consider me interested. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, let's see. Oh, maybe he wanted to draw cards with Reliquary. Maybe that was the play. But it's not a good play. Alright, let's see. So we are still even, but soon he will be out of gas. And he needs to kill us very, very quickly. Also, Sunfall will be super good. Very, very nice blocks. Or attacks, should I say. Alright. I think we just go like this. We give up Kaito. I think there were other ways to play this, and maybe they were better, but I like this one right now. I want to test this one. I don't want to tap out especially, and I really want to play Memory Deluge, because if I hit right cards I will win. I did not, but it's still okay. Let's get the cut down, it will help a little bit. He's thinking about something all the time. And we have so much value, we can play the rest of the game from this hand. So all we need to do is just survive. I mean, we could try to triple block. Alright, I think we are doing this. It's weird, but I think it works in this particular situation. Because we basically want to start as much as possible, because our win-con are sweepers, and he needs to kill us with triple blockers and 23 life and counterspells and emperors before we fish one Sunfall, and we play a lot of those. And we also will be able to play lands every turn. Alright. Let's try this one. If he has a removal, which is... Oh! He didn't go for it. Sure. Okay, that's better than I expected. So we traded 4/4 for one of his architects, which means that we can Memory Deluge at the end step. I could also go for the Emperor. I think cut down is nice. Do I want to bounce something? Not really. As you can see, we are slowly making some progress. He will try to win with mites. That's something we need to be aware of. Definitely. So let's see double mites. This will be a lot of pressure. The problem is wedding announcement. So I think we might take one huge hit just to get rid of it. Then we play Emperor and try to make tokens that are bigger than his. Not looking scared with the Mirex entirely. I think we die of poison if anything. So let's block like this. We also kinda tried, so a little bit better. Alright, that was huge hit, but acceptable. Yeah, those Mirexes are the only problem for us. His hand won't matter very much. With Sunfall we can already block on the same turn, so that's something. He is tapping out, so he wants to do something huge. I can Memory Deluge, so if he goes into something that... Alright, that's an unfortunate one. Well played by him, because even if we counter it, there's still a lot of pressure. I think it's just Emperor. I don't think we right now need another cards. So let's put it into the library. Man, a bit too many lands for my taste. Like, we're hitting a lot of lands right now. There won't be new mites on the other side. So how much damage is this? 10. That's a lot. So I probably Emperor into Memory Deluge. I think that's the play. Alright, alright. Getting scary, but at some point we have to hit our sweeper. We play 4 of those, I believe, so the chance is huge. Alright, now the Emperor.
Anyone who harms my people must contend with me.
I think we're really leaning into the sweeper right now.
Guards, to me.
So we go short-term value. I mean, the poison is tempting, because he will try to kill us with poison. Alright, let's go with poison. Just to make one poison counter less. Looking more and more scary. However, we have Memory Deluge, and that has to hit us something. Yeah, let's go Emperor. Emperors are really good at countering Mirexes. Alright, so is this wedding announcement? I think it's still Sunfall, even though wedding announcement is here. And he was thinking about drawing cards, I think. The point is that I can have this token, and this token is huge. Like, it's a big deal. And I still have a counterspell. He probably will start using his, you know, bumps one after another. And Daur Mirex. Alright, not the worst, not the best. One of the problems is that we have 5 mana, so in case we want to use the token, we cannot counter stuff. That's a bit scary. And we really want to activate the token. Alright, let's see. Man, super scared just because of the Mirex. You can see that the rest of his deck doesn't really matter. He attacked in a weird way. He knows that we can just protect the Emperor, but let's still do it and see what the play is. Oh, we got the block, that's good. Let's see. Emperor, my guess. The small Emperor with the first strike. Yep. Alright, so he probably pumps here and he gets destroyed, right? Yeah. It's not the worst. That's definitely not the biggest threat he could use on this turn. Oh, maybe now? No. Lay down arms is not bad for us, especially that we are about to sweep the board. Alright, definitely playing some lands. I think that's really good. Creatures and enchantments. He gets the Samurai first, or I get first, but he gets more loyalty counters. But at the same time, I can just make my own Emperor. So I think it's okay. We have insane amount of value, but it's behind the, you know, the mana wall. He's down to 4 cards. Soon he will be out of gas. And then we start using our Memory Deluge. We have so many ways to win the game, but we need to get a lot of mana. Restoration of a Ganja, right? Not instant impact, so in 2 turns when it transforms we should have way more. And Plains, of course, not super relevant. It's useful for him. He has 8 mana attacks a turn for using Mirex. Alright. If he spends this turn to draw, I'm really happy with it. Because that means I can possibly pressure Emperor enough to just kill her. Alright, here's the thingy.
We must protect the people.
No attacks. And now we make our Emperor. Alright. Emperor is extremely important because of the mice. And Wedding Announcement transforms slowly. Alright, alright. This, don't forget, this cannot block. So if we pump it... So if I pump it, assuming he has no instants, right? He has to block the small one or waste this one for free. But I really want Memory Deluge, man. Still, let's do it. Let's do it, and possibly he will kill it at instant speed, but it might just be Mirex, we cannot know. Fortunately they don't tap, so it's a bit easier for us. Let's see the play. We can counter something, but I would love to not counter, because I think I have 6 mana spared after I counter. And he's trying to save her. Alright, probably a good choice. But that means we got a very free trade, and we didn't lose anything. And if he gives us one turn to use Memory Deluge, we are in a very good situation. 4, 7, yeah, we have 3 mana, so if we want to use Memory Deluge, we cannot counter anything this turn. Depopulate, that's interesting. Alright, if he just keeps drawing card, like my card was better than this, so he doesn't pressure us and the card was better for our side. So I'm pretty happy with that one. Wow, that's a big card. That is a big card that we probably want to counter. No mana for Eternal Wanderer. Let's go. We can still use Mirex, so there's something. Alright, Devious-Cover up. Emperor. Farewell. And is there something more? Sunfall is okay, but not good enough. Kaito would be acceptable, but I think it's very, very conditional. So a lot of things need to go right. So in this situation, I think it gives us so much tempo. And also we can use Mirex, and we can Sunfall ourselves if we care. Alright, at least he won't be able to protect his Emperor, so we got this trade at least. Alright, he traded her for Samurai, good choice. So we cannot do anything else, so let's make this one. Edict. Edict is interesting. Alright, this is the Memory Deluge turn, so we need to just protect ourselves. Alright. Wasting counterspell or on a sweeper that normally isn't relevant in this kind of matchup is not perfect, but I think that was okay. We really need to start using those Memory Deluge. He's doing a really good job of pressuring us every turn since 15 turns. We didn't have a single turn when we could just cast Memory Deluge freely. Alright. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. If I cast this, what happens? I don't have enough for a counterspell, so let's wait until end of the turn. He overkilled Emperor, which is good for us. And I have a sweeper that will go through. And finally I can get some cool cards. Dissipate is a very nice one. Probably Emperor. As you can see, Emperor makes all the difference in this game. And I will sweep the board. This is actually extremely good draw. I really wanted land right now. Let's Sunfall. This means I can block one of the Might tokens. He has 2, right? And we can also play Emperor for the second one. We can also activate it and counter something. Man, as you can see, like, we have way more value, but he's just pressuring us. Man, those Mirexes are doing more work than the rest of his deck combined. Sure. Alright, let's see. If we can stabilize one of the Emperors, and make just a lot of samurais, I think we should be okay. We just need to make sure that we always have some loyalty, and with Devious-Cover up we have more emperors than we should. Of course we don't counter it. It still helps him. He really wants to be using triple Mirex a turn. And man, he's putting some pressure. Definitely. And you know, it's hard to use Field of Ruin in Esper deck. You can, but you generally don't want to. Alright, he's going super wide here. I think we just Memory Deluge again, if that's everything he did. If he attacks, he loses everything for free, so that's still okay for me. Alright. Maybe he has instant removal, but doesn't seem so. Alright, he has something probably. He probably waits for this one. Let's see if we go to blocks. We went into blocks, that's huge. And as you can see with those blockers, how it changes things. Suddenly Mirex is 6 mana do nothing in a way. Let's go white, in case he hits some removal. And I think we defend. Even though he has Mirex, so generally we need to close the game. I think with so much value, when we use all of the Memory Deluge, then we start being aggressive. We have 34 cards still, that's a lot. How many Sunfalls? We use 2 of them, so we still have one, right? Yeah. One good Sunfall can create a huge token, man, especially if we try to start the game, as you can see right now. Here's Memory Deluge. Oh boy. So I think it's Sunfall. Kaito is super tempting, because I can instantly draw cards, but man, Emperor... Like, as you can see, Emperors make all the difference here. Even if we Sunfall, it makes a lot of difference if we do it like this. So I want to start being aggressive, and samurais are a great way to do it. Alright. Do we attack with might? Yes, sure. We still have triple blockers, and that's 6 damage. So we finally can be at point when we are aggressive, and as you can see, when we translated those Memory Deluge into cards, where you can start seeing the difference. And he's not going long term, he's just trying to chump blocks. And that means either he has a sweeper or he doesn't have a plan really. And we just have Emperors for days. Man, that's like 6th Emperor this game. And without wedding announcement, those do not matter super much. Emperor Samurais are really great at just blocking this infinitely. And we say go. He can attack with 5 of them, but he will lose a lot, and we can still play Emperor and trade for even more. And then we can start being aggressive while also defend. It's funny because at first I thought Vigilance is like defensive ability, but it's basically offensive ability. Because you can just keep attacking your opponent while also defending fully. Sure. I expected Emperor, but it's fine. Only 3 cards to go. He's slowly out of gas. You can feel it, that suddenly his plays are very underwhelming. He has 7 mana on top of Mirex, so he can only make 2 tokens. Oh boy, that won't end very well. He tried to kill the Emperor. What he doesn't know is that we already have an Emperor. And he basically gave away 3 mites. Alright. Well. So I'm pretty sure we won the game. He lost his pressure, and when Memory Deluge start to kick in, you can absolutely feel the difference in power levels of the decks. Even if he has a Ganjo or something, it's fine. We still have more Emperors, and we have Devious-Cover up in the deck. Oh, he's drawing cards in response. That's never a sign of a win. He can still double Mirex, so that's why he's tapping so carefully. And as you can see, he basically donated 3 creatures for free. It's like 9 mana of worth. Actually 12, right? 12 mana for nothing. Very good for us. We still have a counterspell in case he Sunfalls. It seems that he is leaning into this direction slowly. Absolutely fine, my friend. We could think about countering Sunfall, but not here. And I will start being aggressive because we are winning in board. And we can use all the samurais to be super aggressive right now, and that's great. I will go a little bit all in, because he doesn't seem to have a Sunfall. And 6 damage a turn is no biggie. He healed us with lay down arms from 5 to 6 to 11, I believe. And we still have counter spells, which is absolutely amazing. Alright, 1. And we still have Emperor in the Edict, so we can kill 2 of those creatures anyway. And block 3. So totally we can absorb 5 mites. He has 4. Alright, 4 cards. If he really needs an extremely powerful draw like Sunfall or Eternal Wonder or something like this, at this power curve he's just falling behind more and more, and we still have Memory Deluge. Like, he will die on the next turn early, right? So it will be 6, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so he will be at 1. If I play Emperor at the end step, I can win on this turn as well. But then I don't have enough for Mirexes and counter spells, so we will think. But we can absolutely just kill him. Ossification, sure. What will be the target? When he goes full card for a -1 loyalty, you know you are in a good spot. I think he will try to go super all in and just attack us. Alright, I like it. I like it. 6, so 2 tokens. As you can see, imagine this game without Mirex. Like, he would be out of the game 15 turns ago. However, with Mirex, he can basically force a lot of stuff. To be honest, I would love to counter this one. But sure, you got it. I think we will just Sunfall and then make a token. I think that's the play. Let's see if he goes for the Emperor. Very interesting. Maybe we don't need them. Those Emperors will be his nightmare today. He tried to kill them so many times, and we just have more and more. And every time he attacks, he loses like 1 or 2 full turns of building up. So we have 1, 2. I think it's over for him. So we go 1, 2. So we have 1 spare mana, so no Edict. We don't need to play Edict because he doesn't attack anything. And we take our traits. And as you can see, we don't even need to Sunfall anymore, thanks to this amazing trait. We could go Memory Deluge, but I prefer to be aggressive right now. We have a momentum and we shouldn't waste it. And we can always attack, then Sunfall and kill him at instant speed basically, which is super cool. I will go even more defensive. With triple samurais, it's really hard to just overwhelm us, and I'm at 11 with 2 poison counters, which means that it will be very hard. I could Edict, I guess, the companion. That was the better play. So I little mess up, but it's okay. I got the Edict now. So if I Sunfall, it's nice. But that costs a lot of mana, which means that it's harder to use my Mirex, and his attack does not matter. So as you can see, Mirex gave him like 10 extra turns of pressure, but it's still not enough when you start using Memory Deluge. Esper just has so much more value that they are not even close. And you remember when I said when he's out of gas you will feel the difference, and this is how he looks without the gas. He's just mites all day long. Alright, we are going first. We have Negate. Very expensive hand. Very expensive hand. Hopefully we can catch something with Negate. Oh my god, also all of the slow lands. So definitely early game will be very hard. We did not hit a single card and we are against mono red, it seems. I will play like this in case they try to burn us or play Kumano faces Kakazan. Oh, this might be a different one. Alright, last turn of feeling silly. Because when we hit 4 mana... Oh, here's our early game. Alright, however, if we can survive... I think it might be some mono-red control. I appreciate it. Yeah, we definitely don't want to see this one. Even though he can not hit any of the creatures because there are none. Like, the fact that it has 6 loyalty instantly means that it's so much pressure, man. Alright, so we are in a control... I really respect that. Mono-red control, that's something you can actually make. I played different version of this deck and it was so fun, man. Alright, he's trying. At the beginning of your upkeep, I remember, you need to kill it basically. I think we'll just kill it. I'm not reading the whole thing. Let's just try to hit a removal, like a Void Rend. On the other side, we have to... Alright, never mind. Alright, let's actually read it. Player exiles cards. An opponent chooses an non-land. You may cast up to 2 spells from among those. Alright, so I can choose which card he cannot play, basically. So, if he hits 1 land and 1 card, he gets nothing. Yeah? Legit. Alright, we play the land. So I can Void Rend this one and play Kaito, which is pretty cool. I think it's risky because the next turn is Chandra, but still, he won't get the best deal out of Chandra, and if we can start doing cards, it could be okay. I respect for trying to play it. It would be much easier if we just hit Edict or something, you know, like a decent person. But it's fine. Alright, let's draw the card. Alright, a lot of counter spells. I could Memory Deluge. I think we take the risk. I think we let him resolve it. Also, it will be fun. Finally, first time in Mythic, this card actually resolved. Alright, so what are the cards? You can play Syncopate, my friend. What? I can... a non-land, right? I cannot choose to... Alright, alright. Actually, first time I've been against this card in my life. So, I believe he can use Chandra. No, we took Chandra, right? I hope. Cough. Alright, that's definitely something that loves to be syncopated. Yep. Alright. He can kill Kaito, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it means that Emperor will kill this, and that's good for us. Our mana is a little bit awkward right now, but it's fine. Now we should stabilize. So as you can see, even if this resolve stays for the turn, it's like, yeah, cool. Alright, let's start attacking and closing this game, because when we untap on this turn, we should have a lot of power. And that's why Esper Control is stronger. Alright, let's start pumping the ninja. It actually stacks the damage quite nicely. We have counterspell, so right now he needs to play something that we have to counterspell. Oh, this is so tempting. But it's not a counterspell target, because I really want to play Memory Deluge right now. Brotherhood's End. Still not worth a counterspell. That's not our win con. Let's go for the big one, because he's fully tapped, so we are safe. We won't get better occasion than this. Mirex is very nice. Emperor's as well, but I honestly think Mirex is a bit better, because it's also a land. And that stacks a lot of pressure on him. With double Devious-Cover up, I think he's out of the game. Alright, let's get all the cool cards back. Let's go like this. Void Rend is okay, but it's not the best thing ever. I will definitely shuffle it. So I can go for poison, or just go for full control with Memory Deluge. Honestly, we should be better with this one. So let's start doing it. As you can see, we can just keep stacking good stuff. And soon he will be out of options. Don't forget, not all of his cards are relevant. This is a Void Rend target. He has so many planeswalkers, but our deck actually can answer all of them, man. That's hilarious. So I am pretty sure we won at this point. And we don't need to counter Koth, because he doesn't have abilities that matter. Basically he got a land and that's it. And that was also mana efficient, so we can start pressuring them with the Might. It doesn't seem scary at first, but it stacks very quickly, especially if you can activate it second time and they get to a turn. Suddenly they need to start doing stuff. Do we have enough cards? Not yet. So we go with Dissipate. Yeah, that was the mountain he got. And he had another one. Alright, alright. This will be a Mirex. I wish he played some creatures, so my Go for the Throats could get better target, but you know, it is what it is. That's why we took Mirex. Emperor would probably die at some point already. But you cannot kill land very easily. And we still have counterspell, so he needs to keep playing extremely relevant stuff. And I don't think he will be able to. Oh, that's so tempting. I think this is good. Man, this is such a good trade, I just cannot resist it. And Memory Deluge should be in the graveyard. I think that's it. We just need those counter spells. So you're gonna increase counterspell density in your deck. You don't want to hit anything else. And he's out. That's not for mana. That's important. And here's the killer. Oh my god, imagine if we had the Interceptor with the big score. They already lose the card anyway. And because they have no blue, our Memory Deluge are very easy to cast. Oh, you play creatures, great. I respect my opponent really for trying this kind of deck, but as you can see, it's hard to make it work. Devious-Cover up, just counter spells. Over and over. I could make them Might, but I don't need to, because that's my win con, those counter spells. And the rest is just, oh my god, it gets worse. Man, we are just starting and he's already out of value. So big score is not really card advantage, it's card cycling, and you can feel it in, you know, the hand size.